Hallo Leute, was geht ab zum neuen Video? Und da gucken wir heute Finish Cup. Vielleicht macht einer von VVS klar mit ja, abonnieren meinen Kanal, aktiviert die Schraube von den App-Kommentare. Das habe ich von den Kanal, ja. Jetzt der gleiche Skin. Screen Snap, Spaß.
Whether you're dangerously funny,
Joker-Paket.
wild plants, or flooding the island with your best intentions, often comes along
Ein nach Amidas.
madness. Become everyone's nemesis with the Last Laugh bundle featuring the Joker, Poison Ivy, Midas Rex, matching cosmetics, and 1,000 V-Bucks. You can pre-order the bundle through your favorite retailers, and it will be available on November 17th. So definitely check out the blog for all the details.
November, okay, kommt das Paket. Uff, ja, die sind Shop. Das Paket. Also ich finde Batman heftig.
Guys, I did kind of touch on it just a moment ago. We do have those other regions that are facing off. We should probably check with OCE and see how things are going.
Yeah, I think we should for sure, because the competition over there was a preview of everybody else. These guys got the first taste of the Grand Finals action, and if you watched last night, it was certainly nice. We got to award our first Axe of Champions.
Yep, the axe is given out all the way towards the winner. And this means that having that big axe to use towards the entire next season is going to be awesome to see. The winner of OCE overall was, of course, Jinx, RNG, Jinx and Fishy, and total points of 75, the Oceanic champion. What a run that he had above.
Ist Benji Fishy am Start?
Yeah, it was ridiculous, and this man was contested too for years.
Benji Fishy kommt. Benji Fishy ist safe am Start. Benji Fishy. Ich glaube, es ist Jens Fishy. Ein Fishy. Ich glaube wirklich, dass Benji Fishy am Start ist.
Very familiar names. Reefballs, Asfit, Rax, Worthy all the way up to second, Zore, Leia, Moose, Link at 7th, and then Fresh at 6th, who's been playing so phenomenally over during the day. Had some help as well from chat, as well as Arab coaching him throughout the entire process. Past that too on the second place of Oceania, 11th down to 20th place. It is the same names we keep seeing, but look how close it was overall. Look at the prize money these guys got broken down. 40 points down to 36. Mountain holding 11th, RBK, I don't know, which is Volks holding down all the way to the 20th slot.
Such a close competition, and this is going to be a nice identifier here as we get ready for EU. I mean, watch these point thresholds. Look at how close that is. We will more than likely see this in EU unless someone decides to break away. With that being said, though, Asia also has a champion, Fram #1, holding down that #1 spot, 47 points, no victory else, but 11 eliminations, and an average place of 25th. That in itself is a statement to be made, and now he will hold the Axe of Champions high.
But it was so close, Zeke. Look at the eliminations, 11 for him over 6 games. That is slightly under 2 elims. And you know what? It counts. Everything matters. Tiebreakers certainly do in this case.
Der bleibt im ersten Platz.
That is ridiculous. Unheard of. Haruhiko coming in second and Peter Pan.
Oder?
Unfortunately, these guys fell with the tiebreaker of eliminations. Fram will win the Asia region.
Still, another tiebreaker back-to-back, 44 points, 4 ways through, from 3rd all the way down to 7th place. That is insane to see. Still, that story continues on the 2nd page. Asia was so close, so competitive. And as you mentioned, Bala, every elimination did indeed matter. Once again, Rizart down to Riru from 11th to 13th place.
Leute, wir haben morgen wieder Schule alle.
20th, Wildhawk, Bob, these guys were tied too, and it was their individual performance every game that stood out. So remember, every single game we watched today, every single play matters the most.
That's right, man. And this is something we're going to talk about for the whole time, right? Is every interaction matters. Every time 2 people square up, one of them will be eliminated, while the other is allowed to continue moving and continue earning those points, while the other that lost has to wait. They have to reset and come back into the game with a fresh mindset and hope to earn more points.
And these guys have been doing it all weekend long since Friday. They've been playing in these set lobbies, these very difficult games, and
Ich glaube, es ist zu Ende.
they've already played it through.
have gone through so many different hurdles. We had 4 heats in total, top 25s qualifying from each and every one, down to the final 100 players. These guys are at the top of their game, and they're going to be playing against other people who are used to winning. On this page alone, I'm looking at Scouts, Peasants, Seven Tour, Mongrel, big, insane, legendary names looking to get another title under their belts.
Reason was on that page too, player who won Heat 4 against people like Letwick. Flowis came out of Heat 1 with a dominant performance. We're going to be looking at him to see if he can maintain a good start out of the early game.
Ich gehe da hoch.
The first start in Heat 2 with the back-to-back victory royales that we've talked about before, about how much that matters. His lead was almost insurmountable after only 2 games.
And whether you're watching in-game in Party Royale or anywhere online, just pick your name, follow it through. Find a new favorite player and follow your favorite old ones too, like Lechi, like Fastroki, Xweez2, who's an insane winner, winning back-to-back games through all stages of the competition. These guys are about to play some of the hardest games of their lives and are going to give us some of the best Fortnite we have ever watched.
And yesterday was literally like a little taste of that, right? We've seen these pockets of people already setting their eyes on grand finals. Today will bring some of the best Fortnite we've ever seen. I mean, there's no way of knowing. Will someone break away and hold off strong? Will people go head-to-head and kind of pull each other back? And at the very end, someone will cross the finish line. No way of knowing, guys. This will all
Ja, ich brauche auch Tomaten. Es geht nicht.
Yeah, I mean, Zeke,
Ich bin jetzt seit 6 reingekommen.
who do you think is going to win? I'm going to answer it for you before you get to ask any one of these 100 players because they all deserve it, 100%, all the way up to this point. I'm serious. It's anyone's game. Every single person on all those pages for Europe are so good.
And I want to add one thing to that too, because it might be anybody's game, but also think about the fact that one player after all of this, out of 100, is going to be walking away the winner, the champion. That is just mind-blowing to me.
Yesterday we had to see the top 25 move on, and we thought about which 75 would fall. Now it's the 99 that will not make the cut. With that being said, though, let's take a look at a replay that has led us to this point.
Yeah, if you haven't joined us on the broadcast just yet, there was 4 heats to play through. Each of those had 100 players. Top 25 moved up from every
Okay, es geht
single one.
los.
We're watching the
Nein,
winner of Heat
das ist
1,
nur
and
Dings,
we're
das ist der
highlighting
Winner.
because he won in a surprising fashion, coming out from behind and dueling a lot of other top players, and he did it with style, winning again with something like 5 eliminations, and then taking the lead from there and being consistent all the way through. That's why Vibe is certainly somebody to pay attention to.
Boom.
Yeah, the name to remember is Wave Advise, especially anyone having Wave in front of their names, but just look at the way he broke down every game. It wasn't something under control for him at all times. It was always back against the wall, but always found a way through to win every single time.
And he was dueling against players like Clement, who are going to be here today. But moving on into Heat 2, if you missed that one, this was electric. This was fantastic. We already talked about Tayson's back-to-back, but he did it again with style too. That's why we have to keep an eye on him.
Der hat gestern auch mitgemacht.
There's some interesting things about him. We saw a sneak peek about that landing spot, and that's where our previous FNCS Invitational Solos champion came from. His duo partner, Janice.
Janice is playing today too, so these guys will have to face off against each other at the same drop spot, in the same end games, and it's unpredictable as to what will actually end up breaking down.
There's another player too in that Heat. It was Kinzel. They ended up dueling. Also somebody who came out of Steamy Stacks. So we'll have to keep that in mind.
Genau,
But
für
moving to Heat 3,
Punkt.
this is something that caught a lot of people by surprise. Why? Because Xweez, while he has been pretty consistent overall in his placements in FNCS and other tournaments like that, nobody expected what he did throughout the qualifiers. Nobody expected a second place on day 3, into a first place on day 4, into a
Du
first
bist
place
nicht cool, dein Hund ist cool.
The
Aber
most
du
surprising
nicht.
performance by far, absolutely, and the most impressive in style. Xweez always puts himself into positions where he can show his flair, show his aim, and give us a good insight to what shots he likes to take. All these shots always culminate to a win. Just look how fast he is past edits, landing the bullets that he needs to land to be able to get eliminations and then win games close range, 4 people back to back, and he did this in multiple games.
And that's not all. While Xweez might have dominated his heats, there's still one more. To find the last 25 players, we had to go through one of the most difficult ones overall. There was players like Mongrel in the next heat.
Mongrel, okay.
Reason.
Mongrel.
Have been going back-to-back against each other for quite some time, starting from the day one 3 weeks ago. But Reason showed up again, and even though they dueled and took first and second in this heat, Reason
Das ist Mongrel. Sein Name. Schreibt in die Kommentare.
Reason, I think, no pun intended, the Holly Hedges uncontested drop spot.
Yeah, with no one fighting you down early game, you have a huge advantage.
Der hat gerade VVS Oceans geholt.
That being said, though, Reason and Mongrel are going to be able to battle it out once again here today in these grand finals, and it's the final round for these guys to wrap up their story.
And the important thing to note from Reason, he did win back-to-back
Gönn dir der Fischi, also. Der hatte 3 HP.
Of 2 back-to-back games in terms of eliminations and wins. So that total amount of points, ridiculous from Reason. We'll have to see if he's in form today.
That's the biggest question across the board, right? Who is in form? A lot of these players, they already know the field. They've already scouted each other out. And just like we've done our research, they have too. Now the question is, who will hold strong and who will walk away the champion? With that being said, guys, it is time to get into the first game of the day here in EU. So let's get ready to toss it over to our casters. We've got Clay, Stanley, and Sundown to take us through all the action. Gentlemen, over to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Jonesies, Bonesies, he's, theys, and thems, welcome to the first game
Dun, 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 dun. Hä?
And I hope you got your popcorn ready.
Ich hab gerade durch ihn durch. Hä? Warte mal. Hä, schmeiß durch den. Essen.
I am ready for seeing all the action unfold. I hope everybody's
Das ist ekelhaft. Das ist ekelhaft.
Close and style raving. I'm ready. I know you're ready, Sundown. It's gonna be amazing. Enough from us. Let's take us into game number 1. The analyst that set it up so well.
Ich kann den Cup spielen, aber hab keinen Bock.
But now we're into match number 1. This is it. 6 games to decide who will walk away with that
Ich hab lieber auch Bock
who will
zu
be
schauen.
the top player in arguably the most competitive region in Fortnite. It does have the most participants, and there's $800,000 up for grabs here. And here's the initial drop spot. And it looks like everyone's sticking true to where they plan on dropping. We have 3 players in Sydney. We've got, I think, only 1 or 2 players there in Patty Corner.
Außer ja, sind schon viele.
From Europe, and of course, we've got Rezon and Holly Hedges, and it seems like he may be alone. And one of the best comments I think I saw coming out was, wow, everyone is really scared of Rezon. And if you look at some of those early game drop spots, both in heats, and I'm assuming now in the grand finals, everyone stays really far away from him, and you can see that in the bottom right-hand corner on the map. Not a single triangle remotely close to him representing another player. That's because he's done such a good job over the course of the entirety of this tournament to stake out the claim, and then also getting a nice little elite chest right there, granting him the legendary burst AR, and he's set to go now. He can begin his rotation and head to center zone. He has those 6 crash pads, which we've seen him execute on so well, but he's basically set.
Ja, man schafft das.
And transition into the mid game. However, we've seen him go aggressive time and time again.
Kann man Auto fahren da drin? Ich glaube nicht. Oh mein Gott.
He didn't want anything to go wrong in game number 1. And that sets the pace of your game going forward. Whether you get out to a head start or whether you get to climb your way back from an unfortunate off-spawn elimination. However, Ken, on the other side of it, does have players nearby. Loadout not as great as what we just saw on Rezon, but someone that also did very well in the qualifiers. Kanon, I believe, got 2nd place there in one of the days. He's got that sniper rifle there, and he's looking. He's peppered up. He's looking for elimination. I think he's going to be able to catch this play off guard. Snipe's going to come through. He's going to wait, and he does.
Oh, wow.
Elimination comes
Der hat einen Headshot kassiert, der Gegner. Der war heftig.
careful, but in the early game in particular, it's so hard to really know where your opponents are, keeping track of them. If somebody does get that first shot down and you're not able to react, it can be
Bei diesem Ort ist auch was los. Da bin ich auch immer mit Daniel zugelandet bei diesem und früher bei Season 7 auch mit immer Daniel. Ey, lass blessen immer. Lass blessen. Immer so Hundehütte gelandet und ja. In das so Hundehütte und dann aufgemacht einfach und dann ja. Dann sind wir so weiter gepusht gegangen. Ich hatte so 4 Kills, er ist so 2. Also er ist schlechter geworden, muss man sagen. Und ja, ich gehe jetzt das Klo, Leute, kurz.
That's what the goal is for the end. We talked about so much yesterday how it's, hey, top 25 is all that matters. Well, here, everyone wants to be number 1. You have to walk away with that top spot. It's a solo's competition if you want the grand prize in the Axe of Champions and all the clout that comes with saying, hey, I am the best player in my region after the weeks of qualifiers and then coming down to this. And Mr. X, who had a beautiful run yesterday to even get him here. The miracle back-to-back eliminations, but now under pressure from Rifle, going to get in directly on top of him, but sticking straight to the AR spray. He didn't have a shotgun. That's what we talk about. Those early game fights, he just had the assault rifle and the SMG, opting to stick with the AR, and I think that might have been the wrong call, as the SMG could have offered him slightly more damage in that situation. The Rifle comes through and punishes him. And it was such a close call. That Siphon was just the difference maker once that elimination came through. You see now on another engagement, it's between Wolfies and Maestro. Maestro running off this side on the front foot. The pedal is down. Maestro wants to just continue to push down. Shots go through. He's getting back to the wall. And Wolfies is going to go down. That was a huge pick up there from Maestro Wolfies, who was the second place finisher in the duos of the World Cup. We've seen him play so aggressively, the young player from the UK, but when he's put on the back foot, it can be a little bit challenging there. Maestro did come through, got dropped down to 48 HP, but don't forget, in arena and tournament settings, there is that siphon enabled. That means when you eliminate an opponent, you will get either 50 HP or 50 shield back, depending on which one you end up needing. It prioritizes.
Schreibt mir in die Kommentare, wo ich aufs Klo war, ob was Heftiges passiert ist.
Particularly in the mid and the late game now, is on board here with a Ventex who takes 2 really big shots and is put on the back foot. He is, but luckily enough for him, Fresh does not have any shield pop. Now, it's not going to be as good as he is going to be finding time to get those minis in that big shield pop. And Intel over there needs to find an aggressive push into the box. He needs to catch him off guard. Ventex is not able to get this medkit off. This does not look well for them, but it seems like the medkit will be popped, so he does get back to fighting HP. 150 HP is enough to withstand some shots. As Precious now on the back foot, that's exactly what he needed to do. He needed to turn that defense that he was waiting on into that offensive moment. And now Precious in a very bad situation. 6 builds remaining. No HP to really work with. He's going to have to hit a really big charge shot there.
Cool.
Through, not going to connect on these shots. He goes to the box, but Precious hits the shot, and that's another elimination for him. And you talked about it. He needed to hit that big charge shot, holding it up and punishing the player. And particularly when you see 2 players box to box fighting with charged shotguns, it's really difficult if you're not able to get that finishing blow right away, like No Luck Nebby does there, finding Kira to close out the fight, because you can have. Oh, Nebby!
Oh my God, dieses Snipe, Junge!
Nebby showing the power of the hunting rifle, showing up, catching 2 players on the outside. However, look in the bottom right-hand corner, a 3rd player is now rotating by. So can Nebby get all of the
was geht ab?
Get out without getting engaged on, but those shots, he's got to feel confident there.
Leute,
definitely not living up to his name. Plenty of luck going.
Das war geil. Leute, das war's mit dem Video. Ich hoffe, es hat. Lasst einen Daumen nach oben, ein Abo da und schaut auf der Epic Namen Kontakt von der N-Kanal. Tschüss.
However, someone who is